Welcome back to Smoke and Mirrors. It's been a minute. Kenny B, what's up, sir?
Man, I am chilling like a villain. How about you?
Looks like you're in that same spot, still sitting on that magical lake in Atlanta that no one knows where it is. Don't tell me where it is.
Lake Magic.
Lake Magic.
Got
Lake
unicorn
Magic.
fish in there.
Yes. Unicorn fish.
That's right.
And some rainbow fish.
That's right. Rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout. Listen, so much to talk about in the news. All right, so kind of real quick. Joe Biden, rape allegations. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
His running mate.
Yeah. Who's he running with?
Michigan protesters. They ain't playing.
And the cops was smart with them, wasn't they? But
Yeah,
we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Brother have a water gun. He getting taken out.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Little kid with a BB gun. You done.
Yes,
but
he's
we'll
done.
save some for later. Save some for later.
We'll say so.
Yeah.
All right. Puffy taking a stance. That's right.
Puffy taking hostages.
During the last time.
Puffy got the election in the corner with a burlap sack on his head and a sock in his mouth.
This is not vote or die from back in the day.
No. This is listen to us or don't win.
Hey, this is like Puffy and set it off kind of mode.
Yeah, love it.
Your mayor, my mayor.
Oh yeah, our mayor.
Yes,
Black America's mayor.
She said, "Look, look, Kemp, head to head, let's go." So she's taking a stance like, I see what you're trying to do. My people
That's right.
will not die or perish over a lack of knowledge. She said, right. No, keep stores closed.
That's right. She said, I heard what your daddy said. What I say, sit your ass down.
Exactly.
That's right.
But man, so we're gonna dive in all that stuff, man. But what's going on with you right now, man? So how you are you surviving?
Yeah, man. You know, I meant to bust out with this just to talk on Keisha Lance Bottoms and them.
Yes.
Because before I come out of quarantine, player, this is what I'm gonna have to look like for a barbershop see me.
You on your way.
It ain't worth it.
It don't matter.
It ain't worth it. Is this worse than Corona?
This worse. I feel right now my throat's starting to itch from looking at your hair right now.
Yeah. Straight from Corona cuts and curls.
So you gonna hold on?
Yeah. No, I'd have to be in pretty rough shape before a barbershop pulled me in. But other than that, man, all is just regular old stuff, man. You know, stuck on this what do you call it when you when you're home arrest?
So you have something on your ankle right now?
That's how I feel. I mean, it's that lifestyle, you know.
Okay.
The working from home part is great, you know, not having to come to the office, all that good stuff. But
right.
But can't go outside and play with your friends and watching them, you know, and then watching folks just
do stuff.
Tripping on the number of people. So you know, off my balcony, I can see. Right, I live in the middle of a mall type of deal. Right. And man, it's just folks all out there, man.
They out there, no mask,
no masks, and just sitting on the ground, and they ain't catching Corona. But meanwhile, you know, black people locking themselves up in the house, just going to work, coming home, just Corona getting us. 85% of the cases in Atlanta was, black folks, man. So in Georgia, so it's you know, that's the trip. But then also burning through all of the Netflix videos and
what you watching? What's new? What you watch on Netflix?
May 1st came out, so the new movies are out there on Netflix. So I just checked out what's it called? I forgot what the brother's name is. It's a day and a half.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I don't know the brother's name, the actor's name, but you've seen him in a bunch of stuff. You've seen him in a few things already. Serious. He's a pretty good actor, and it was pretty good story. So you know.
Well, I've been to your house, so you have the absolute best hookup with your Fire Stick. You know, you can watch live TV in any country. I'm sorry. Kenny can watch the moon live.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That never happened. delete that later. All right.
Yeah. That's it, man. And then just watch the Jordan. What's the Last Dance on ESPN.
Wow, man, that's such a backstory with that.
ESPN's only hope for anybody to watch ESPN right now.
Man, they're so excited right now.
Man, I would be sick if I was a janitor at ESPN right now. You are done. Your job is gone, man.
That's it.
Cafeteria people, the regular job people that kept.
Man, look, the janitor is throwing stuff on the floor and then sweeping it up. I got to keep my job.
And in reality, that's what we need is more janitors because you got to wipe everything down twice, 3 times.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so
from a business standpoint, listen, if you're an entrepreneur and you have a business and you want to sanitize and clean things, so we got to figure out how do you capitalize on this situation as 4 million Americans filed for unemployment in the last 10 days. How can you capitalize on this? So there's ways to tap into that as well. So being creative and smart, because again, we'll look back at this 10 years from now and say, wow, I wish I would have X, Y, Z.
Right. I mean, one person's tragedy is another person's come up, or one spirit's tragedy is another spirit's come up. Like we were talking before, right? About the Titanic, right?
Yeah.
You can't imagine a soul on the Titanic that was celebrating as the ship was going down. But the lobsters that was about to be put in the pot, who just got freed, they had a different perspective on this whole joint. So,
exactly.
And this is really, you think about it, man. This is a beautiful, beautiful time for folks to come together. We've stopped wasting so much of our money outside of our community. We've had an opportunity to stash a little bit of dough. If we were to start to focus our attention on Black businesses right now, we're proving that we can live if we don't force ourselves to just support everybody else's businesses but our own.
Absolutely.
Or nobody's business. Don't support anybody's business. Support your own family business, which is build your own net worth, right? Stack your cheese. So we've proven we can do that over this past couple of weeks. And now if we could convert that same energy and start spending a little bit more and taking a little bit of an extra effort to look for Black businesses to invest that money in, that might not be such a bad look for us, especially on the real estate tip, man, because what's going to happen here, bro, 30 million people out of a job right now.
Right.
30 million people out of a job, that's 30 million people who ain't going to be buying shit next month.
Right.
And the people who sell shit to them are going to have fewer sales. So they're going to need fewer people. There's going to be more people who go on unemployment. So it's a cycle that's going to feed on itself for a while. And that's going to impact, I think, the real estate market. And people who are positioned to take advantage of that, who start thinking about that early, as in now, this is early enough, and grouping up with other individuals who have good credit, who have revenue, who have debt to income in place, and you bring all those pieces together and start acquiring some of these rental units that are going to be out there 10 years from now, you'll be glad that you did. Otherwise, it's going to be a suffering struggle right now, man, for a lot of folks, just on the unemployment tip.
Yeah,
especially folks over 50, man, our age.
Yes.
We're
oh
done.
my goodness, 50.
If you're over 50, you better start a business, man. Ain't nobody gonna hire you.
Hey, so I have a friend in real estate, and she told me that surprisingly, the housing market, the pricing has been able to really just kind of stand firm.
Yeah.
But the interest rate is low. Yeah, it's tremendously low. It's well under 4%. So this is the time everything's on sale. So I think, to your point, we've been stripped down of everything exterior that's not important, and this time has allowed us to focus on, okay, so what do I really need to survive and be prosperous in this society?
In the new society coming out of this, and
it's not the normal. It's not, Kenny. My belief, normal is gone.
Yeah,
we have a new normal. So I think we have to adjust accordingly to what the new normal is. And there's a lot of restaurants that want to say, like, hey, 2 weeks we open it back up, it's back on. No, it's not going to be back on. I don't see a intimate setting with,
social
75 people just, shoulder to shoulder at a comedy show. Yeah. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Right. Not for the next, especially until they give all clear, right? Yeah. So they're talking 18 months to 2 years before that kicks in. And
that's the reality.
Right. So how is that going to affect the economy, right? If you have to social distance for the next 18 months, how many of these restaurant business models took into consideration 50% occupancy, right? None. Right. So now they have to figure out how to pay these loans back, how to make their business model work, how to make their their bottom line, their EBITDA goals or their gross margin goals, whatever their business is based. They have to figure out how to make that happen with half of the traffic, with half of the volume. They got to take tables out of their restaurant. So that's gonna have some cascading effects, and it's gonna ripple out to other parts of the society. But in the meantime, the super rich, I think the richest 1% or whatever have picked up.
Yes, they're like, what is this Corona thing? What are you guys talking about?
I think they've made $232 trillion. Jeff Bezos, go ahead.
They're saying, hey, you guys pray for us as we're on quarantine on this yacht. Yeah, we're 70 miles from Miami right now. It's tough.
All the money I'm making might sink me. Please, please pray for me. All the money that's filling in my bank account might sink my yacht.
But we have a lifeguard just in case this money just sinks me. So
yeah, so it's Bezos, I think, man, the dude that made $30 billion, man, since this thing done started, man. Oprah's worth, what's Oprah worth? 5?
Yeah,
so 6 Oprahs?
Kenny. So all right, so we'll talk about it later. So as businesses want to open, they say, hey, I'm a black business. I see y'all smoking mirrors.
Yeah.
We sell the best seafood in South Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've been closed for a month, but people are still at Home Depot. It's crowded at Home Depot. Mm-hmm. Walmart, been crowded. Yeah. It's essential. So it's, when I go to Home Depot, it's crowded. They it's like a club. One out, one walks in. So they have not shut down. So to the perspective of was Keisha Bomb is saying, I want to make sure we're safe. But if I'm a small business owner, I'm sitting back thinking like, okay, so I shut down my business. I gotta live.
That's right. And the government's not giving me anything, so I gotta open up. They have to open up. But it doesn't mean that everybody has to go rush to shop and spend your money there. So get what you need, don't get more than you need, and they'll get more than the nothing they're getting today, but they won't have the same business volume that they are used to. Yeah. It just won't be the same. It can't be right now, not for the next 18 months. And our government has to figure out a way to help to keep those small businesses afloat, because if those small businesses collapse, then their mortgages go under. And when their mortgages go under, entire communities' property values go down, right? Because the banks,
our government, our president, 45, believe me, let me sign the check.
Yeah.
He wants to know that, hey, I gave you this check. My name's on the check. So he believes that, you know what, this gives you, this $1,200 will allow you to survive and sustain this corona crisis.
He's the one that has to go and present that, yes. Whether or not it's his idea 100%, I'm not 100% in agreement that he drafted all of that. On top of that, Congress had to sign off on that paltry sum, right? $1,200. Come on, man. What is $1,200 going to do for anybody? And it's specifically the Democratic voter base. They prey on the poor. They prey on the middle class. That is who their voting class is. What did they do to fight to get them more money? Meanwhile, the billionaires and the quadrillionaires and the trillionaires, think about it. We've got a new class, centibillionaire now. Centibillionaire. I ain't no billionaire. That's for Oprah and them.
Oh, that's beneath me. That's beneath me.
So you've got a centibillionaire class, and they make money during this period while other folks, the regular folks, are losing it. I see there's plenty enough blame to go around to everybody. Nobody is your friend. But you know what? Let's just get into the agenda, man. Because before we get to talking too much about Georgia or pushing back, let's take this through the let's go through the agenda, because Biden. We don't want to miss any time on that, because while we're talking about who's going to lead us out of this, we got a fella who's trying to get in charge of this, who's got some serious rape allegations against him, and whether or not we believe Biden did it or didn't do it, that's beside the point.
Okay.
Because there's another point in there of whether or not we should listen and take heed to the people who bring these issues to the forefront. If a young lady, I'm a father of daughters, you're a father of a daughter. So when a young lady comes forward and said, this is what happens to me, what are we supposed to do as a society? Because I think we're sending a mixed signal to our youngsters in the way that we handle this. If the accusation is against someone you don't like, believe everything the accuser said, regardless of how strong or weak the supporting evidence may be. If the assertion is made against somebody that you are told to like, side with the accused over the accuser, and everything that she says is not good enough. So when a Republican is accused next, what will the Democrats have the right to say about that, right? So similar to the Kavanaugh hearing, where anybody who was anybody and connected back to that case was given a platform to spread their allegation, their side of the story. But I haven't seen that with this young lady. So Biden was on with Mika Brzezinski on Friday, his first real conversation about it, 18 minutes. And,
Yes.
you know, these allegations are starting to come a little bit to the forefront. They may have some serious impact on this election, man. What's your thoughts on?
Listen, Biden was very clear. If you guys have any questions, check the archives.
Yeah.
But please don't check University of Delaware. Don't worry about that.
Nothing to see here.
There's nothing to see there.
Don't worry about all that.
My tax records and my speeches. Don't go there. You know.
Yeah. Look at Trump's tax records, but don't worry about mine.
So the voters have to decide which old white guy that has assaulted women do I want to vote for.
That's right.
That's all we got.
And don't tell me that I gotta hate this guy because he assaulted women when you are championing someone who's also accused of assaulting women. And I've seen video of him with my own eyes assaulting little girls. At least it was enough of an assault to me that if I saw someone rub my 8-year-old daughter or niece's nipples, he's getting punched.
They getting the elbow to the throat.
He's getting punched in the face and stomped on the ground. Joe Biden did that.
He did it. It's out there.
It's cognitive dissonance, my man. Cognitive dissonance. That's the word of the day for us, man. Cognitive dissonance.
They created a new word just because of Joe Biden. Handsy.
Yeah.
Handsies.
Yeah, handsy. Here's the new word, cognitive dissonance. Everybody needs to know what that is. That's when you can't take two realities when they're incompatible. So what you do is people become uncomfortable by the idea of an introduction of a new set of facts that upset your beliefs or your values or your understanding of life. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Sort of like people who are trained to think that George Washington is a hero, right? But we're also trained to think that anyone who owned human beings is a piece of shit. So if you owned human beings, you're a piece of shit. But if you're George Washington, you're a hero. So George Washington is a hero who owned human beings. He's a piece of shit. Oh, that don't make any sense. So now we have to excuse one or the other. So we dampen the impact that slavery had, and we say, oh, well, you know, that was just a sign of the times. They didn't know better. So he's still a great man who did a bad thing, as opposed to he's a piece of shit for owning human beings. So we're sort of dealing with the same thing here.
So from the perspective of a voter that wants to vote for the Democratic Party, this is the best candidate that they could assemble
for the suckers. Yeah.
Yes. So this is it. Joe Biden is the guy. So he said he cannot remember anything happening. Joe Biden can't remember what he wore yesterday.
Bro.
So can we expect him to remember 27 years ago?
I can remember so far back, and then I can't remember being a baby, right?
Right.
I can't remember having my diaper changed, right?
Right.
But I can guarantee you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, 100%, I bet my house on it, that even though I don't remember it, my mother changed my Pampers.
Yes, it happened. Facts.
I know I've never raped anybody. Period.
Yes.
Ain't no remember. No.
So
I know.
You from New York. I'm from Chicago. So as I watch his interview, he's constantly taking the perspective of, I don't remember any of this. You know, she's allowed to feel this way. But in the past, he's made these comments. If a woman feels that she's been assaulted, she has to be heard.
That's right.
Unless it's
hold him in jail till he proves he didn't rape her.
But in this situation, so Kenny from New York, I'm from the Chi. MSNBC is interviewing me about somebody that says I did this. What am I going to say? You know what? Call her right now. Right. Put her on the phone.
She crazy. She's a liar and she's crazy.
I did what?
Right. I don't know why anyone would say this. You don't know why? Either you did it or it's political. If it's a lie, it's for politics. If you did it, she's snitching on you. So call it what it is. Call it what it is. There you're being dishonest and disingenuous in your excuse.
Right.
In your testimonial for yourself, you're not even being clear and straightforward. So I'm
somebody that wants to support the Democratic Party. All I'm saying is, in 4 years, in 3.5 years, this is the best candidate to present as we want to prepare for this election. Joe Biden is it.
Look, man,
Bernie.
Suckers get what suckers deserve, man.
Bernie.
Bernie's gone. Bernie's done.
Has there been a better time in history where we need universal health care?
Nope. Has there been a better time in history where we needed job guarantees? Nope. Has there been a better time in history that we needed to make sure that our children are educated and know how to do things, and that our society is educated and knows how to do things, i.e. Plumbing, carpentry, mechanics, agriculture, whatever, in order to sustain themselves in a pull yourself up by your bootstraps type of culture, right? We don't want to invest in those things. Has there ever been a better time that our society, our culture needed more education? Why are we arguing about whether or not every human being born into this country deserves the opportunity to be educated until they have at least a bachelor's degree? How does that harm our society by educating the human beings that are responsible, in charge of maintaining it, right? So there's a lot of just nonsense going on with both political parties. That's what it is.
So Kenny, so if you are a Democrat, the person that is his running mate has to be somebody that can clean up his garbage as he's at the microphone during a press conference, drooling, trying to remember what he's
snoring.
So snoring. So the person that is his running mate, that has to be someone that can clean up his garbage. So here's a short list. So he said he was going to appoint a woman. So a lot of black folks believe he said a black woman. He didn't say that. He said a woman. So here's a short list of the women that might be his running mate. Val Demings. I didn't know who she was. Former police chief in Florida. She's done a lot as far as it relates to the community. The Democratic Party have very strong presence. She's on the list.
You deserve a punch in the face if you put a police chief as vice president, but go ahead.
Listen, there's other folks.
As a Democrat, but go ahead. Who else?
She made a short list.
Val Demings, go ahead. Police chief.
So Kenny B, initials KB. I say KB, what's up? There's another KB that made the list.
Yeah.
Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Yeah.
She's on the short list.
Yeah.
Because she said, you know what? This governor has decided to do whatever. I think that's a bad idea. So they've catapulted her to a potential running mate. Susan Rice. She worked for Joe Biden before, security advisor, ambassador, United Nations. So she knows Joe Biden.
And threatener of Snoop, hitman. Hitman Susan Rice. Yeah, let's go get her.
The one who
had Snoop crying on TV. Go ahead. That's who we want from the Democrat side.
Yes.
Keep those niggas in check.
The very energetic Amy Klobuchar.
Oh,
she made the list. Exactly. Yeah. All right, next question. All right, so, and your favorite from the West Coast, from California.
Oh, yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Killer Kamala, the head warden. She's going to make a new department. She's going to be the Warden General of the United States. What is
the WG?
Right. I mean, why do we need, here you go. You got, so the first one that you mentioned, what was her name?
Val Demings.
Yeah, Demings and
she's polished. Her resume's good, sir.
Yeah, and Kamala Harris, you got the top cop and you got a cop. I just don't, and Joe Biden with the whole crime omnibus bill, 94 crime bill, and the super predators. And
you're supposed to forget about that. That was a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. And this is the Democrats. This is the Democrats. And we're going to get into this a little bit more when we talk about Puff and holding the vote hostage. But this is the Democrats pumping police down our throat. There's something wrong with that. They're not our friends still to this day. Now, at this moment. So look, we're going to talk a little bit about this in the but I want to in the next segment about Michigan. But I want to talk about, we're talking about the ladies. Let's not leave one other lady off. Hillary Clinton. Hillary.
Come on, man. She got nothing left in the tank. She's done.
Stacey Abrams is a sycophant. She just, whatever, Joe didn't rape nobody. Joe ain't got to rape nobody.
Sir.
I service Joe if I need to.
Sound like that.
Well, that's what the spirit of it came across. It was just all the fawning. You didn't test anything. So,
to your point.
Here come Hillary.
To your point, she did not make. So I gave you the short list. CNN compiled a list of 10 women.
Yeah.
He did not make that list. So,
Hillary?
so somewhere people think she's the one.
Yeah.
But CNN did not even mention her.
Right, because it's a surprise. They're all in on it. I've been calling that Hillary is going to be the president. When she
So
came out with her
are you
book.
telling me that Hillary she's on the short list?
Yeah, that's Ken Strodamus is predicting.
Yes, I read his best books.
That Hillary Clinton is still aiming to be president of the United States, and who better to run with than this guy, Joe Biden, who can't complete a sentence, mental capacity is obviously diminished, and it's perfect segue for the freaking stupid society that she's performing in front of. It's not like we're smart. We don't even educate our kids, and the education that we give them ain't really that good. We're not very competitive against the rest of the world when it comes to education. It's not that we don't have the capacity, but we've dumbed down our society so that we will fall for this kind of okey doke. All we need is MSNBC and CNN and the others to jump on board and pump you full of this is good and anything else is bad, and that's it. People are programmed to be thought for, not to.
All right. So let's take it to the streets. You mentioned Puffy. So what is Puff saying right now as it relates to making sure we make the right decisions moving forward?
So it was beautiful, man. I love what he's doing. He ain't in charge, right? But leadership is not a matter of who's in charge. Leadership is a matter of who has people following them, right? Who is influencing people, and in what direction are you guiding them? That's what leaders do. And he has a responsibility to the community, just like we say all these athletes who misbehave. When they misbehave, they represent the whole community. You're supposed to do better. But when somebody speaks up and says something that maybe you disagree with, he don't speak for all of us. Well, I'm glad that he spoke up in the first place. So what Puffy was talking about is that the black vote is not going to be for free anymore, that it's business at this point, that if you don't have anything for us, why are we going to put you in power? One of the points that he made is that we allow ourselves to be oppressed because we don't demand the same level of respect that the other communities in our society do. And everybody recognizes a sucker being a sucker and a punk being a punk. Everybody smells it except for the punk being a punk, because you so punked out that you rationalize that this is appropriate behavior, even though nobody else looks at it that way and nobody else is going through what you're going through. So, so Puff is standing up and saying that if you don't have anything on your platform, on your agenda, if you don't even have any promises that are specific to us, why do we owe you all of our vote? And if the other side, I don't care what you think about them, if they got something for me, that's where I'm shopping, period. I don't care what else goes on in there. You can sell guns in the back, but if you got the baby formula in the front that I need and you got it in a place I can afford it, I'm coming in your store, I'm buying the baby formula for my baby, even though you selling Klan jerseys in the back. It don't make a difference, because see, we got to get out of this fear spectrum, man. We're afraid of white nationalists. Why are we afraid of white nationalists? We're not afraid of black nationalists. Do we assume that every black nationalist intends on killing all white people or causing harm to all white people? No. Do we think that if Farrakhan was in charge that he'd run around killing all the black people? No. But Farrakhan is a black nationalist. We identify with that. We see that the validity of it when it's on our side. But when somebody speaks about white nationalism, we take offense, not so much out of what they say, but I think it's that big fear component. The boogeyman, the white man with power, he's going to sneak out and he's going to lynch us and he's going to put us back in slavery, and none of that's ever going to happen. That's only living in our head. So we got to start standing up and demanding something for our contribution, or let's contribute someplace else where we get something for it. I don't care which side it is. I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat, Green Party, Black Party, whatever it is. We got to get something out of our vote. So when these Biden folks like vote blue no matter who, vote blue no matter who. Okay, tell me what Biden has on his agenda, on his platform that is specific to helping the African-American community. But I can see what he's done that has hurt the African-American community. So if anybody, Joe Biden should be doing double the effort to clean up the mess that he helped start.
So
no reason.
What Joe Biden does to empower the black community, Kenny, let me set you straight. He'll let you all know Barack me and Barack,
right,
and Barack, and Barack.
right.
That's all he got on the black community.
That's it. And whoopee.
That's it.
And but see, here you got all of the black people on media, all of the left-wing people fawning all over him. The sycophants, again, they treat these politicians as if they are celebrities. The media is not supposed to be treating the politicians like celebrities. They're supposed to be the challenging arm. That's the fourth branch of government, right, so to speak. So you've got the legislative, the judicial, and the executive, and then you had a free media, right, a free press to keep them in check, to keep the community informed, to keep the people who are armed by the Second Amendment rights. You know, the First Amendment right is to be able to snitch on everything y'all doing, and the Second Amendment rights is to be able to come and get you if you ain't acting right. So
bear arms.
Bear arms. Case in point, Michigan, right?
Michigan!
How did they show up?
Man, they were ready. They were like in Bosnia. They were prepared with assault rifles.
And how did those police react?
We don't want any trouble. We understand that you guys
weren't they? Weren't they? You know,
are you guys okay? You guys want some water or anything?
You know why that is? The same way. You need some Wendy's, right?
I understand you just killed a lot of people, black people. Right. Would you like some Wendy's?
Right.
Some water? South Carolina.
See, they don't fear the aftermath of killing a minority, but they fear the aftermath of killing one of those militiamen.
Facts.
So we've got to earn our respect. A bully only respects somebody.
Should I go get my gun right now, Kenny? Should I go get my gun?
It's not even a matter of getting your gun as much as it is a matter of, you know, standing, and not you specifically, but just us in general, right? It's a matter of getting some more steel in our spine and standing up and standing our ground, figuring out what we stand for and what we're not going to fall for. Because if you don't,
they let them in the state capitol inside Michigan, inside the state capitol with weapons.
They're allowed to, because it's the law. You're allowed to. You're allowed to walk around with a gun in America. So why is it that when a black man walks around with a gun or goes to show you that he has a gun, or you a little boy on the playground with a toy gun, why is it acceptable to kill them and it's unacceptable to kill somebody who, because you shouldn't you shouldn't be killing them in the first place. They didn't pose a threat. What this shows is that they are trained to show constraint in certain circumstances, in any circumstance, but they choose to or they choose not to. They fear black people, in my opinion. They fear us when we're alive, but they are more concerned about a dead white person than a live white person.
Kenny, so I don't know if you saw the video. There's people in New York that were assaulted and attacked, not for trespassing, robbing, for social distancing. So this is the brother. I don't know. He was black, Hispanic, but he attacked violently to a couple because they were not social distancing. Snatched them both up, put his knee in her neck, and told them, "You want to go to jail? You should be wearing a mask. You should be social distancing." So it's not just about the struggle is not just about those that want to see us in a place that don't look like us, but sometimes even that those that look like us that work in law enforcement.
Oh, so it was a black cop that did it.
All right, so search. So I'll send you a link. So Sean King posted a video in New York with this guy, and he was like, "Look," he grabbed people that were recording. Mm-hmm. Yo, you want some of this? He grabbed the dude, put him down, arrested him, and put his knee in his neck. So I'm just saying, you from New York, it's different how things work and people do things.
Nah, it ain't different. If that couple would have been surrounded by a bunch of people that looked just like them that were armed with AR-15s instead of armed with Androids and iPhones, it's a different behavior. Right. It's a different behavior.
Totally different.
Again, we're suckers. We're suckers. We just keep doing it to ourselves. And it's not, and I'm not knocking us saying we're suckers on purpose. We're suckers inadvertently. And when you look at the evidence in hindsight, you look at it and you say, only a sucker falls for that. I mean, we got to start standing up. Goes back to Puff's point, which is basically nothing is free. So why are we giving our vote away for free? Why do we give our authority away for free? Because we don't see ourselves as being as valuable as we truly are and as self-sufficient as we truly can be. So we take this subservient posture, this subservient mindset, The only people that would let somebody just beat their ass is somebody who deserves they get their ass beat, deserves to get their ass beat, or they don't believe they can win the fight, and they just want to survive. So that's it, and that's the only reason that we continue to be in this kind of this kind of circumstance, man, is that we don't stand up for ourselves the way that we stand up against ourselves. Let somebody from the wrong set show up on this set. Oh, the army shows up then. The militia shows up with the militia mentality. But that same militia is not going to show up at the city courthouse or at the state.
No, never that.
Armed to the nines with when one of our own is killed by the police. You know, right. It's ridiculous. I mean, we are running around living our lives in fear. I think if I did the math right, I think there's a little over 1 million police officers in the country.
Okay.
And there's about 40 million black people. That ain't even a fight, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hey, when you get tired of getting mistreated, then it stops. But as long as you keep excusing it, cognitive dissonance, we can't accept the reality of we need to stand up, and we can stand up if we're capable. Why are we in this condition? We must be in this condition because we're incapable. So therefore, I'm gonna keep taking these ass whoopings because I don't have teammates. And
Kenny, if I am watching this telecast, this video, and I hear you, but I remember that Puff came out with "Vote or Die"
for Barack. That's right.
Vote or die.
Yeah. It was appropriate.
So what's different now? His message. How was the message different?
Because there was something tangible available to the African American community, to the entire African diaspora, to the entire African global footprint by having a black man sit in the Oval Office.
He was mixed. He's mixed. I'm just saying.
He's mixed. No. Barack is black. Everybody else with mixed parents is mixed.
Okay.
We're not black.
Right.
Barack is black. So the first black president was the mixed president.
Kenny B.
Yes, sir.
Barack disappeared for 4 years. He came out 2 weeks ago. As it relates to Joe, I believe that Joe Biden is the best candidate, and I believe in him.
Yeah.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
Was that genuine? Or is that the Nancy Pelosi, Kamala Harris, all the people that told him in a debate, you're not the right person for the position.
Yeah.
But they said, you know what? Upon further review,
we were wrong.
You are the right person that can lead this country. Really?
Yeah. No, that's who the bankers want in office. But it's Barack came out for him. I haven't seen Michelle's endorsement though.
Zero.
I didn't see that. But what I did see was Hillary's endorsement of an accused rapist and a baby chest molester. Right, a baby grabber, right? I did see Hillary Clinton endorse him at an all women's event.
I'm confused right now, man.
It's ridiculous, man, just where they're going. But that's the Democrats that messed up, man. At the end of the day, I agree with Puff. Hold the vote hostage. If nobody has anything for you, vote for nobody. Period.
Kenny, we real time. Where are we at right now with time? We're real time right now.
It's 2:57. I don't know. I wasn't. I lost track.
Cool. All right. So I feel that. So my concern is if they're loyal to the Democratic Party, how can you tell me? You had 4 years.
Yeah, but that's the sucker move. That is the sucker move, is to be loyal to a party that's not loyal to you. If you're loyal to the party, you deserve what you get, and don't expect other people who are not loyal to the party to vote for your party just because you're loyal to it. That's not how we see it. Yes.
The Republican Party is a game. We see that he said he likes to grab women by the what? We see that he's making up stuff.
Did you see a video of it?
But they support him. They say, you know what? It doesn't matter.
Did they see a video of it? Of him doing it?
No.
There's people who do that.
It's out there.
No, there's no video of him doing it. There's a video.
Not doing it, but talking about it.
Oh yeah, you could. Oh man, I'm so famous. You could just grab him by the man.
But my point is, they support implicitly, regardless of who it is.
Yeah.
They support.
Yeah. So what's wrong?
They're a gang. I'm down with my boy.
Right. So we were ridiculing them for that. They were deplorables because they did that 4 years ago.
Deplorables, exactly.
And now we're doing it, right? Now
but why Joe? Why Joe?
The Democrats are doing it, right? So it was deplorable when the Republicans did it. So what is it when the Democrats do it? Especially since it was a Democrat who said that that's what deplorable behavior was. So if it's deplorable, is it not deplorable when the blue does it? So you got deplorable, and you got to vote for the lesser deplorable. Not good enough.
Joe Biden is 3 weeks from a walker and a cane.
Man, Joe Biden is 3 weeks into the same Depends undergarment. It hasn't been changed. He got diaper rash. Joe Biden be laying on the bed getting powdered.
The Democratic Depends, not regular Depends that you can't find at Walmart. These are Democratic Depends.
Yeah. No, we're in.
Man,
we're in trouble.
So tell me, put all this aside, what's happening right now in your world? You got an amazing family, amazing son. I understand he had a birthday
today,
soon,
man. Today. 13 years. That's why I'm drinking this mimosa right here.
What?
13 years old, man. I got.
Let's toast to Kenny B.
Little KB.
Little Kenny
Trey.
B.
There he is. Clink.
How old is he?
13, man.
13.
13. Got a little teenager.
13 now is different than 13 when we was 13.
Yeah, I didn't have an iPhone at 13 to be finding information that I hope he's not finding in Google search, easy Google search. And I hope none of the other 13-year-old boys with older brothers have told him what he can find just by a Google search on his phone at 3 in the morning when mommy and daddy are sleeping. Like, why are you so sleepy in the morning? Huh? He set the alarm clock for 2:30. We knocked out. Boop, boop, beep, beep, boop. Yeah.
The difference is, at 13 in 2020, you can get your phone and type in whatever you want to see.
Whatever your homeboy told you to go look at.
Nakedbooty.com in 3 seconds. When we was 13, Kenny, what was porn in 1983? Oh, is that Paula Abdul booty in the video? Oh my goodness.
My uncle got a copy of Blacktail magazine in the bottom drawer under his underwear and jock straps.
It changed your life. You stole that VHS tape. Oh, that's almost a booty chic.
Yeah, I got
But
it.
now,
Yeah.
Next show,
I got one of them.
Yeah, they can dial in to their phone and see porn in like 10 seconds. So that's scary. How do you, I don't have young kids.
Yeah.
So how do you manage as your son at 13 can get his phone and look at porn in 10 seconds? How do you manipulate all that? It's too much.
Yeah, no, that's I don't even know if the way to manipulate that is legal. So I won't
get him a flip phone. Right. Get him a flip phone.
Right.
Hey, that plug into the wall with a cord.
Scare the heck out of them. Emphasis on the blindness. Look at daddy's glasses. Take it from me. Take it from experience.
Kenny, where are we at with time, sir?
I think we've got, let's jump into Georgia versus Atlanta, man. Atlanta versus Georgia. We've got a battle brewing here.
Certain malls open, certain malls don't open.
Look. So let's give a little backdrop on it. A lot of the country is talking, especially Black America is talking, because, really, maybe in a very humble sense. But I really believe that, and that's one of the reasons that I love Atlanta so much. I think Atlanta and Harlem in particular hold specific places, very high places in the history of Black America, in that they have become if not your direct home, but sort of like an indirect home. It's an opportunity for the world to see the potential. What is the potential of an African American community that is left to its own devices? We are like the southern towns, the southern states after the Civil War was over, and during the Reconstruction era, when the African American businesses were flourishing and Black Wall Street and all this other kind of good stuff was going on all over. Black senators, Black congressmen, Black governors. And then it all went away, and here came Jim Crow in its place. Atlanta is very much like that today. And with the musical renaissance and the movies being made here, Black Hollywood and the TV shows and the influence that we have on the rest of the community, of the country even, as far as Black America is concerned, there's a lot of concern and curiosity around what's going on here in the state of Georgia as it relates to Kemp, Governor Kemp opening up the state, understanding that 83% of the folks that's going to the hospital for Corona and COVID are Black. Knowing that greater than 70% of the people who are dying from it are Black. And that you open up places that are specifically expected to, receive high volumes of Black folks, right? The barbershops, the beauty salons, and not just Black folks.
Nail salons.
And the common people, right? The bowling alleys, those areas. And then this past week opened up restaurants that they can open up if they want to. And it supersedes what the cities can do. And so Keisha's point has been, look, man, you're in charge of the state. I can't tell them, tell people, I can't write a law that's above yours. You trump me on that, but I will continue to use my voice. And so she's wanting to go by the data. So let's talk a little about the data. So here in Georgia, so now in the country, we've gone over 1 million people with Corona at this point, right? Who have been tested positive. We're in the 70,000 range as far as deaths are concerned. New York, New Jersey, all that area has sort of died down a little bit. The curve has sort of been flattened at this point. So now you've got this false sense of confidence rushing through the rest of the country, thinking that we've got the disease under control because New York isn't such a big deal and the media isn't hyping it as much as it was. So it creates an area, an opportunity, an avenue for folks to, reopen a lot of the businesses. And so as a state leader, I can understand where the governor's coming from as far as saying, look, I'm not going to say that it is against the law for you to open your business. You have a right to open your business. Open it up. And let's see what's going to happen. And then Keisha on the other side is like, yo, the data says that's not a smart thing to do. We haven't reached our peak yet. So in the greater Atlanta area, Georgia has about 174,000 tests that they've done. And 16% of the people have tested positive. But over the last couple of days, since we opened the state back up, now we're hitting the point where we're getting 1,000 new cases per day. So that's a new number for us. So we've got 28,000 cases here in Georgia and 1,200 deaths. That's through yesterday. Go ahead. 11,000 of those 28,000 are in the greater Atlanta area. So that's where Keisha's, Mayor Lance Bottoms is really standing up. Is this is affecting us disproportionately in the African American community. And then I think there's also another piece at play here, man. It's maybe some conspiracy theory stuff, but there's a lot of competition right now. There's a lot of interest politically in wrestling control of the city of Atlanta from Black leadership. There's been a big regentification effort, and a lot of our Black neighborhoods historically,
certain parts of Decatur,
that's right, are becoming white neighborhoods. If you look behind me, half of those buildings that you're looking at back there are apartment buildings, townhomes rather, and condominiums rather. So you've got neighborhoods on each floor. You've got 3 floors as a subdivision, and you just put a 40-floor building. You just put 10 subdivisions worth of voters into the center of Atlanta with an average household income, of $300,000-$400,000 a year. Which demographic does that fit? So now you're reintroducing all these new voters that don't necessarily vote Black into the community. So if Corona takes over Atlanta and does a lot of damage, who is it hurting? It's hurting Black people. It's hurting old Black people. Who owns a lot of these houses that they're trying to wrestle control from? Old Black people. This is the houses they've had for 50 years, right? So how do you get that away from them? Well, let's and this disease kicking in would not that they're doing that on purpose, but it would benefit them on that real estate game because they also want to take control of the airport. The Atlanta's airport is worth billions of dollars of revenue annual to the state.
Billions.
It goes to the city. The city has control over that, not the state. So there's a wrestling match right now between the state and the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta trying to wrestle control of the airport. So I see that they would be purposeful in trying to sow confusion within the city of Atlanta to take the city government's attention and prioritize health issues or financial issues to take their mind off of the battle that they need to place to maintain that revenue from that airport. So I don't think it's as innocent as we just need to open the businesses up, right? I think that we're in for this is going to start out to this is probably going to be a longer term fight between Keisha and Kemp. So for the most part, everything has been shut down. Go ahead.
Right. So to your point, I think you're very accurate. But for those that don't live in Georgia, they view Atlanta as the Black Mecca. Yeah. So we found out the hard way because people that don't live here think like Georgia's all black. It's all black, blackity black, black, black. And we found out when Stacey Abrams ran, she didn't win.
Right.
Now, we don't know what happened behind the scenes, some smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there are a lot of folks in rural Georgia, South Georgia, that don't adhere to this Black Mecca mentality. So we found out the hard way that Georgia is not a black state. Atlanta is black, is extra black, but not the whole state of Georgia.
No.
Kenny B, we are close to our time, sir.
Right on.
Don't know where we are. But did we touch everything?
I think we did, man. We did.
Is it too soon to open? Kenny, give me 1 minute. Why did certain malls open up and certain malls didn't? Should we sit our ass down and wait until it's time? Or, hey, this weekend is a whole different vibe. A combination of stimulus checks and people think that the state's open. People are out and about. It's crowded. I'm seeing people in traffic now.
Mm-hmm. I saw that
yesterday. Way
yesterday.
too soon.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
Listen to Keisha. Listen to Keisha. Keisha Lance-Bottoms, the president of Black America right now.
Yes.
She's fair and she's honest and she keeps it real. From if Keisha says it's safe, then it's safe. Until Keisha says it's safe, it's not safe. That's for us. Let everybody else do what they do.
But I gotta get my nails done. I gotta get my hair done.
Go ahead.
First of all, Kenny, you don't know my struggle.
Look. Don't
I gotta get my hair done.
Until next week, don't be out there acting like no sucker. Stay your asses out of the way of Corona, 5G, dirty cops, and lying politicians.
All of that.
Stay true to your core values and your principles this week.
Yes, sir.
And until next week, share this and like it and tell other folks about it.
So, Smoke and Mirrors on Facebook, Smoke and Mirrors on Instagram. Smoke and Mirrors on YouTube.
How you spell it?
Share.
How you spell it on Facebook versus Instagram?
That's a very good point, sir. On Facebook, it is smoke _ and letter N _ mirrors. Instagram, same thing. If you're confused, go to the page, the Facebook page, smoke _ letter N _ mirrors, and get all the directives to how to follow us. So that's what we're doing.
Holla at you.
Kenny B.
Peace.
Smoke and Mirrors. We're back very soon. Stay tuned. Do not be confused by the smoke and mirrors.